Yo, this is Rapstar Boxing Knowledge, mate, all the way from London, England. And we're going to catch this live. We're going to do a quick live. I'm on the road. I'm multitasking. I don't know if the live is working good. I'll put the live onto another device. But, we're going to try and see if we can make it pop. But, yo, I hope everybody's doing really well out there, man. And we got to talk about one of the biggest fights coming up. You know what I mean? It's going to be in Saudi Arabia, in Jeddah. The biggest fight of 2022, it has to be Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk in the rematch, bruv. And I saw an interview just yesterday on JD Sports. And one of the most recent interviews, you can hear Anthony Joshua on JD Sports. And he says that I don't give a fuck about the fans anymore. I don't care what's going on in the world. As long as I believe I can beat the Ukrainian Alexander Usyk, then I will win. Let's talk about that on this live. So look, Anthony Joshua knows that most fans, and even though he's from our side of the pond in London, England, but most fans now, they doubt him. They don't believe that this man can win a rematch versus Alexander Usyk. Now, let me tell you, he hasn't proven you wrong before. And Anthony Joshua has made mistakes before and came back way stronger. So why do the fans and boxing world doubt Anthony Joshua to come back in a rematch and win against a smaller man who beat him in the first fight? Now, we know that the other guy is very skillful. We know that Alexander Usyk possesses better skills than Anthony Joshua. He's got a better feet. He's faster. He's first to the jab. And he can, Alexander Usyk's got better ring IQ. But Anthony Joshua is a man who's way bigger and only needs his self-belief. And what did AJ say? AJ said, I don't give a fuck about anybody else. As long as I believe in my brain that I can beat Alexander Usyk, I will win. Now, let me just say what he means by that. Now, Anthony Joshua's mentality is what's taking him in to the rematch. Yeah, Luke, give me a sec. Let me just have some of this drink. Yo, I'm back. Hey, listen. Yo, Dimitar, Danny, can you hear me, bro? Can you guys hear me, bro? I'm doing a quick live right now. Can you hear me? Because I don't know if this device is working, bruv. Yo, let me know if you can hear me anyway. Loud and clear, yeah? All right, we good over here. All right, let's keep it moving. So look, Anthony Joshua in his latest interview, Dimitar, he says he don't care what you think. He don't care what I think. As long as he believes he can win, he will win this fight. Now let's touch on what he means by that. Anthony Joshua's biggest problem is his mentality. It's his mindset. And if he believes he can go in that rematch, and in his mind, he knows he can win, that's why he's taking this fight. He turned around and said, I would never fight in a rematch if I didn't believe it. So it's believe it, receive it, and achieve it. It's all about his mental state. So AJ knows he's a bigger man. He's a stronger man. He can bully that man. So he just needs to believe it in his brain. And if AJ believes it, right, let me tell you, he can win. Because the same thing happened to him versus Andy Ruiz. When he knew he lost that fight and the world said, wow, Anthony Joshua ain't that guy, then he came back with a strong mindset, didn't he? And he came back with that mindset to win. So is that enough for Anthony Joshua to win in a fight against an undisputed champion in cruiserweight? Yo, give me a second. I'm on the road, yeah? Give me a sec. Yo, I'm back. I'm back in the building. But yo, Anthony Joshua's mindset, it's his mentality and his heart. And if he believes it in his mind, that's why he's taking the rematch. Because he believes he can win. So who the fuck are we to say that he can't win? You know what I mean? Anthony Joshua has been the face of boxing. He's one of the most exciting heavyweights that we've had after Klitschko. The man single-handedly brought heavyweight to another level for England. When you remember Tyson Fury retired, when he beat Klitschko, we didn't have nothing left in the heavyweight. The heavyweight was doomed. And the only guys bringing the excitement was Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder from the other side of the pond. So, how dare we give up on Anthony Joshua? So many fans in England doubt him now. So, you know, Anthony Joshua's like, well, fuck him. As long as I believe I can win, I will win. But again, is the belief or the mindset enough to beat the Ukrainian legend in Alexander Usyk? You know what I'm saying? Maybe the mindset's not enough, bro. And is that why Anthony Joshua is not breaking down the fight? Is that why Anthony Joshua is not talking about a game plan? Because in his heart, he has to dig deep and he has to just fight and he has to believe that he can beat this guy. Is that enough? Now, that could have been enough for Andy Ruiz. That might have been enough for Andy Ruiz, but is it enough for Alexander Usyk, who is a well more rounded technician, a smart fighter who knows the game and knows how to knows how to move around in the ring. He knows how to break Anthony Joshua down. He knows how to make Anthony Joshua miss. And Anthony Joshua is gassing out. He gets tired trying to catch Alexander Usyk. So how does Anthony Joshua beat a guy who is way more skillful than him? Does he have to throw combinations and punch while he's getting out-punched? Does he have to take 3 punches to let off his punches? At the end of the day, we must admit that Anthony Joshua's biggest muscle is his brain. And one of his biggest achievements has been his mindset. Because this man came from the street. He came into boxing at a late age. And what he's achieved is uncomparable. This man, let's not forget, is a 3-belt champion. Anthony Joshua is one of the most exciting fighters that we've had in the sport after Klitschko. So you tell me, how does this man beat the man who's more superior than him when it comes to the skill set? If the mind says, I can do this, then that might be what he needs to be. Because if Anthony Joshua believes in his brain and his heart that he's going to win this rematch, then who are we to say that he can't? Maybe that mindset gives him more strength. Maybe that gives him more heart, determination when he's going to be in those trenches. Maybe Anthony Joshua knows, I have to knock out this guy. I can't be Mr. Nice Guy anymore, bruv. Now Anthony Joshua needs to go back to the roadman, the street mentality, the killer mentality. He needs to be in that ring knowing that he's got to hurt the fuck out of Alexander Usyk. He knows in his brain he has to knock him out. He can do it. He can do it. Because let me tell you why he can do it. He's proven it before, time after time. And to be honest, it's a big, big fight now for him. This is a massive, and it's not a do or die. One thing we know about Anthony Joshua is if he loses this fight, he's still got a lot of big fights ahead of him, bruv. He's still got massive fights ahead of him, bruv. You know what I mean? You got fights with Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte again. You got fights with Anthony Joshua versus Joe Joyce. You have fights with Anthony Joshua, even versus Deontay Wilder. But they are going to be fights just for the money and, you know, adding to his resume. But as far as legacy now, this fight, if he wins this fight, he captures the world of boxing back at his feet. If Alexander Usyk loses to Anthony Joshua will capture the face of boxing again. Because he is one of the biggest stars in boxing today, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the biggest stars that we've got in boxing. So let me just say this, bro. Anthony Joshua said on an interview a couple of days ago, right? What's happening, Danny? Yes, Danny Medina. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, as long as Anthony Joshua believes in his brain and his heart that he can beat Alexander Usyk, he said, that's why I'm taking this rematch. He said, I don't care what the boxing world's talking about. I don't give a fuck what the fans are talking about. I believe it, that I can beat that guy. And that's why I want this rematch. So look, that's a big plus point for Anthony Joshua. Because he's coming in there knowing he can beat him. He's not coming in this rematch to make up the numbers or what, to get any, to make money. He don't give a fuck about that. He's got more money than everybody put together. Sorry, people. Got some technical faults over here. But yo, I'm driving, you know what I mean? I'm multitasking over here. I wanted to touch on this point with AJ saying that as long as his brain and his heart know that he can win, then he can win. He don't care if the other man's more skilled because he believes that he's got something inside of him that needs to come out in the rematch. He believes that he's got a winner mentality in him and there's something that he needs to win that rematch. Well, I'll tell you what he does need. He needs to come with some killer instinct. AJ needs to have killer instinct in this big fight versus Alexander Usyk. So I'm going to say this, bro. Hey, all my people which are AJ fans, don't be just sleeping on Anthony Joshua. You can't write Anthony Joshua off already. This man has done a lot in boxing. He's given you most excitement nights. He hasn't ducked any smoke. This guy ready to fight anybody. And he's going in a rematch believing he can beat this guy. So we need to support him. Because I believe he can do it. Yes, I do. I believe Anthony Joshua, if he believes it and he receives it, he can achieve it, bro. Anthony Joshua can achieve this. It's not listen. It's a possible task. It's a boxing match. So why are all the fans writing off one of the most best heavyweights, the ex-world champion who's beaten most guys? How the fuck are you writing off Anthony Joshua, bro? And that's why he says, I don't care what the fans think. The fans don't know shit about boxing. If I believe it, I will win. Hey, look, man, I got to give Anthony Joshua his props. I got to back him up, man. The man's going into a rematch and he believes he can make the rights out of the wrongs. He believes he can deal with the demons and get rid of the fucking demons. So who are we to doubt a man that's proven himself and achieved and become a 3-belt champion? I don't think it's right for fans to say, oh, he ain't got a chance. Because to me, he's got more chance than anybody. because Anthony Joshua has to dig deep. He knows what he has to do, and he has to get it done, regardless of the man is better than him. He has to now get into a scrap. He has to bully that guy. He has to make it into a rough and tough fight, and he cannot second guess himself if he's going to get hurt. He's got to now stand brave, stand strong, and be the warrior that he is. You know what I'm saying? Be the warrior that he is. So let's see if AJ can prove the world wrong again. Because AJ proved the world wrong when he went to the Olympics and became a gold medalist. When the man was a drug dealer when he was a kid, he changed his life round. Anthony Joshua proved the world when he became a world champion. Anthony Joshua again, when he lost the world champion, he came back and he proved to the world what he was going to do. And he came back and he beat Andy Ruiz. Can he prove to the world again that he will come back and revenge his loss? Hey, time will tell, bro. I don't think I'm going to write him off. If he believes it, I'm going to back him up. Even though I know that the other man is a skillful fighter. Even though I know Alexander Usyk is coming into this fight way more ready than the first fight, I can't back down on my countryman. AJ has done a lot for the sport. I got to back him up. But at the end of the day, the other man is a favourite too. You know what I'm saying? He's a favourite. But we're still going to back up AJ to say, yo, AJ can do it. If he believes it, he might achieve it again. But yo, on that note, I'm going to get back to doing a few things. I'm going to catch you guys soon. You know what I'm saying? And big fights are going to be announced soon. I'm hearing that Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. is in the making. I don't know if that's a good fight for Conor Benn. We're going to wait to see what happens. But that's a fight that people are talking about in England. I spoke to a few guys in boxing, and they said they're negotiating that fight with Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. for a big showdown in Wembley, London, England. I don't know how true it is, though. We'll find out soon. But big shout out to everybody who comes in later. Just press that like button. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to Danny, Dimitar. I'm going to catch you guys soon, my brothers. I'm out of it. Peace up.